All right, thank you so much, Seth, for being here on today's wrestling. Well, I shouldn't call this a podcast. It's pretty much just breaking news because, well, look, I like having friends here on my YouTube channel, and it's always fun to talk about wrestling. And you're also another wrestling mark, as I should say. But this is actually not a good report as what's going on in the wrestling world because we just got breaking news that it looks like from what is actually more likely to be true. It is said that Vince McMahon and Bruce Prichard will now be not just looking over NXT, but will be a main producers. Basically, they're just going to be producing the entire show. So I got a few words on my mind, but Seth, you're my guest, so the floor is yours.
Before it's anything, Sean, thank you so much for having me here. Like, I'm glad to be. This is the first video that I'm actually gonna be a part of. Hopefully, I can be a part of more later on. Um, as for this breaking news, I honestly don't know what's going on now. Like, NXT kind of went downhill when it came to some releases and certain stars leaving, and then the whole logo change, which I'm personally not a fan of at all. And now the fact that Vince McMahon and Bruce Richards are now going to be producing NXT or are going to take a producer like role in NXT doesn't help the fact at all that NXT is going downhill after what 6 years now of Triple H and everyone else building NXT to what it is today and making it probably one of the best wrestling shows there is in the world. Now Vince McMahon is going to take that producer role, and it's just not going to be the same anymore as it was. I don't think we're going to get all the great matches that we've had from the past. They're not going to be as good. I'm now afraid storylines are going to be sort of like how the main roster is. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some main roster storylines that are actually really good. Edge versus Seth Rollins, the whole Roman Reigns arc, the whole. I'm actually really liking Bobby Lashley being a dominant champion, even though some matches are not as good. Kofi Kingston versus Bobby Lashley, but there are still some storylines on the main roster that are good. But I am just not a fan of Vince McMahon taking over NXT. It really should just be run by Triple H only. There's no reason for him to get involved. And again, it just should not happen. And this is the one thing I was afraid could happen, and it's just not it. It's just not it.
You know what the sad part is? When I came back to wrestling, because I left wrestling for a while back, and it was my friend Bruce who reintroduced it to me, and I became a wrestling fan. And you know what it was? It was NXT.
NXT?
NXT. NXT is
Yep.
what brought me back to wrestling, and I literally said that there was hope for the WWE, and I thought that there was going to be a bright future. And for a long time,
I did too.
NXT, huh?
I did too.
Yeah, I'm just saying, for a long time, NXT was the hottest and best thing in wrestling. It was better than the main roster. This was before AEW though, and
Yeah.
I was just looking forward to it every Wednesday. And then what happened? We switch it to USA live on TV, which I don't have a problem with. I don't. I think NXT does
No.
deserve to be on TV for a lot of people to see. But I mean, no disrespect to you. I'm just saying, like, when you screwed up, you screwed up, and that's just the thing. It's just that the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, it's
Yeah,
broken.
this is not one of it. This is not one thing that you can fix, Vince.
No. And here's the thing: what it says from Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, as it says here, and I quote: "It's going to be like the old NXT. I have heard from several people now that when they go back to the live shows, this is going to be a Pritchard production." Additionally, Dave Meltzer reports that McMahon and Pritchard will be behind the big decisions, not the little ones, and will be behind marketing, promotion, and direction. Their role in booking may only be regarding those at the top. So, judging by the way it sounds like that more likely Triple H is out of the picture when it comes to NXT. I don't know what they're going to do with his position, but this is just literally horrible. You messed up with the logo. You got rid of Triple H. You are changing things around. And for what? This is like,
This is years upon years of making NXT what it is, and it's now going to go down the drain.
Yeah, I really just I pretty much just have to say it. NXT is just done. I mean,
Samoa Joe, he's now, if I'm correct, 3-time NXT champion after beating Cross.
yeah, I think
That's, if I'm correct. I'm correct. He's 3 times. How, now that Vince is going to be there, how long is he going to actually hold it?
uh
Because Joe was pushed in at the main roster as a big heel, and yet he performs the role well. But how long is his reign gonna actually be now? Is
it's
it gonna be short and he's gonna push it on someone else? That's the thing. Who knows? Maybe multiple titles are gonna change hands now to, like all the storylines that Triple H has made for NXT involving those people. Are they gonna change? Or they're gonna probably most likely change now? It's a coin toss. You never know. Maybe he continues with what's put in front of him, and then afterwards he'll do something. But him having two hands on the steering wheel of where NXT is going is it's a horrible thing, really, with what's happened in NXT.
I literally can't believe that. Well, first off, I mean, after I record this video, I'm just gonna instantly just go to Dynamite because that's actually the show that won the Wednesday Night
Yeah,
Wars. But
it is.
uh, it's not Triple H's fault. It's not.
It really isn't. Man has done everything for NXT and for the WWE, but I would say he put his heart and soul into NXT to build it up to what it is, and I don't know what he's thinking right now. You don't know what he's thinking.
I'm literally speechless. It's like every word that you pretty much just said. It basically just came out of your mouth. So I really got nothing else left to say. So I think that's pretty much all we have to talk about. I mean, there's probably going to be more information about NXT in the future, but we just have to wait and see because when they do go back to live shows, because right now they're recording, but when
It's
I'm
true.
I'm scared to look at what NXT is going to look like in the next couple of weeks. I really am. Like I am scared for my life, but
I'm pretty sure with how NXT does those pre-recordings, I'm pretty sure anybody who's kept up with NXT or continuously watches wrestling all in general, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to notice the difference right away of when when Vince McMahon's takeover has actually begun with NXT, and when Triple H having basically having a hand on everything is now gone. And who knows? Like, all it says is that they're taking a producer role, right? Well, who knows? Maybe Triple H will still be involved, but I have I have no doubts that Vince McMahon will have 100% of saying what's going on.
yeah, I'm literally. It's like because when Vince McMahon was in charge last time, it was it was a reality show and like a competition, and that's it. And Triple H turned it into a third brand. It made it what it is, and now it's gonna go back to I don't know, maybe possibly that, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know we're gonna have more updated information in the world of wrestling. This is just one of them, and hopefully many more to come. Thank you so much, Seth, for being on here. And next time, well, we'll see you in the next video.